Hello, Maryville, and welcome to a very special edition of the Friday Show.
We are here to present the results of the annual Senior Faculty Decathlon.
I'm Coach Pass, the team captain of the faculty.
And I'm Mike Inghofer, the team captain for the seniors.
And we have 10 fun-filled events that tested the mental
and the athletic abilities of both the seniors and the faculty. Of course, last year's competition ended in a 5-5 tie.
But Coach Sosowski bested Tyler Rourke in the arm wrestling tiebreaker.
You better hope it doesn't come down to that this year, Coach Pass.
I don't know, Mike. I remember seeing you in the weight room during the soccer season. I'm not too worried.
Anyway, let's get to our first event. Maybe the easiest of all 10 competitions, the egg toss.
Each team of two stood a specific distance apart and simply tossed an egg back and forth.
Let's see how the whole decathlon got started.
At first glance, the egg toss tournament seems like probably one of the easiest events out of the decathlon. This is probably why Mr. Starkey was so confident the teachers would dominate.
What you guys don't realize is that actually I've been playing egg toss for the past, 27 years of my life. Every year at the Starkey Fest 4th of July party, I don't lose to seniors in anything, so that's really the main reason we're going to win.
Finally, the trash talking ended and the tournament began, and both teams were advised of the rules of the competition. Number 1, throw the egg to your partner and then one side takes a step back. Number 2, if the egg is dropped, the yolk must come out to be counted as a loss. Number 3, there will be 3 rounds for the teams, and first team to 2 wins will be crowned champion. Luckily, the team has 3 tries because Ms. Dixon was the first to drop the egg and won herself then on the ground. The second round began, and they made it pretty far apart from each other, but Pete caught the egg and then dropped it on the ground, causing it to crack open. So the tiebreaker began, and everyone was completely silent and focused on tosses and catches. But it wasn't long before Natalie dropped the egg, causing the seniors to lose this event.
Doesn't feel good to lose, but senior class, I'm sorry we couldn't pull through. Starkey, trash talking the entire time. Ms. Dixon, trash talking the entire time.
Right. Pete just threw it too high and I couldn't focus on it.
Oh, so now it's my fault.
It is your fault.
Okay,
It is your fault because if you didn't throw it so high, I would have caught it.
It's okay.
And then the pole got in the way. The pole.
I've been warning you about it.
Other than that,
Bad round.
job well done by
Other
both
seniors,
teams.
please push through for our senior class. Go get them.
Of course we expected to. Come
Absolutely.
from behind victory.
That's right, there's never a doubt.
Whatever.
We had worthy opponents. Worthy opponents.
They did, I think they choked. They started feeling the pressure of the entire senior class never being able to defeat me in anything. And, they just crumbled under the pressure.
And I took an egg. I took an egg.
It was all part
For
of the
the
game,
team.
though.
Egg for the
It was all
team.
part of it. It was all part of the getting their hopes up and then
Yeah.
knocking them down.
Yeah.
That's what we do as teachers.
Go staff.
Great job to Mr. Starkey and Mrs. Dixon to start the competition out right with a big faculty win.
I think there was a little more luck to that event than skill,
And speaking of skill, that's what our next event entailed.
as senior Frankie Martizovic took on Mr. Parker in a golf challenge.
Mr. Parker and Frankie Martizovic drove to the Lake of Four Seasons at the crack of dawn for the golf competition of the Decathlon. Considering Frankie Martizovic won MVP for boys golf 3 years in a row, he went into this competition confident and thinking he had it in the bag. Of course, Mr. Parker had a little bit of an advantage considering he lives at the Lake of Four Seasons and golfs almost every weekend.
Well, I'm a member out there. I've been a member out there for about 8 years now, so I play out there a lot.
The competition started to see who could drive the ball the furthest. Both competitors had 3 chances to do this. Without much effort, Frankie took this one easily, outdoing Mr. Parker.
I was happy I won the driving competition, and I hit a couple good shots out there.
The second event was to see who could chip the ball out of the sand trap closest to the pin. With 3 chances to do this, Mr. Parker surprised his senior competitor to tie the event by becoming the closest to the pin.
Sand shots aren't my specialty, but I've had lots of practice at them this year because I end up in the sand a lot. But I hit a good shot, and I was pretty well pleased.
The third and final event of the day was putting. This was the determining factor to see who would win. Overall, it became very suspenseful. One after the other, both competitors putted their best, getting even closer to the hole every time. But Frankie won by a matter of inches in the end.
I'm happy I could put a win in for the seniors, and hopefully the rest of the seniors could hold us up.
I don't know how much of an advantage I had. I mean, longest drive, just grip it and rip it. And Frankie's a little bit younger than I am, so I didn't expect to do very well there. I had hoped to hit a better putt or a few putts, but all in all, it was fun, and it's just fun competing, that's all.
This event turned out to be a shining moment for the seniors, considering this was one of the events they felt was a hole-in-one for the seniors. Signing off for PNN, I'm Corey Loudermilk.
Okay, so you seniors won that challenge. But you did have the #1 student golfer in the school participating.
What can I say? That's what makes me a great team captain. I know how to place the best seniors in the appropriate events.
Well, let's see how good you are at finding a wee bowler, as that was our next event.
Next up on the competition list was Wii Bowling. First-year teacher Joe O'Connell would face the infamous senior Dylan Serta in a 2-game challenge. The person with the best combined score of total pins would win. Dylan had much confidence going into the competition, but Mr. O'Connell was still confident.
Well, I do think he's sandbagging a little bit with me. He told me that he's only about 140 average. I think he's trying to lie a little bit, so I'm curious to see how he is.
Being slightly late and almost DQ'd, Dylan was the first to start off the game, getting a spare in his first frame. O'Connell, on the other hand, only knocked down 9 pins, giving Dylan the early lead. Not to be outdone, however, Mr. O'Connell quickly caught up with the next few frames by either rolling a strike or a spare. After his opening spare, Dylan did not have as much luck and even rolled a gutter ball in his 4th frame, and rolled a total of 3 spares and only 1 strike during the first game. As the first game ended, Mr. O'Connell had a commanding lead of 213 total pins to 122. Of course, Dylan was full of excuses as to why he was doing so poorly.
Then again, I am pretty good at Wii Bowling, maybe because I'm a little bit far back and he's got part of the sensor covered, so I don't know if that's affecting any, so...
Okay.
This right here, is this why you lost?
That's not why I lost.
I'll just move it over a little bit.
Despite the scores, Dylan embarked on stage 2 of the competition with nothing but confidence, bowling another first frame spare. O'Connell picked up right where he left off and started the second game with a first frame strike. The trend continued with O'Connell doing impressively well and Dylan, well, not doing his best. The second game ended the same as the first, with O'Connell earning another convincing win with a score of 228 to Dylan's 126 pins. The scores really didn't need to be added up because the winner was more than clear, but we did it anyways, if only to prove to Dylan he officially lost. In the end, O'Connell had a combined score of 441 pins to Dylan's mere 248 pins. Not only did Dylan lose by 193 pins, more than his total in either of his games, but his combined score only beat O'Connell's second game by 20 pins.
I'm pretty sure that if we would have played a third game, I could have sat and just watched him bowl. I didn't need to bowl a third game. I won by 193 pins, and he might have been able to bowl another game and a half before he caught up. So,
Seniors, I tried, okay? You know, I tried to go for basketball. Unfortunately, someone who will remain anonymous didn't pick me, even though I said what I make up for in talent, I make up for in speed. So, go for that.
Although in the beginning it seemed Dylan did have some hope, the same hope pretty much dissipated as soon as the competition started. Between karaoke singing and bowling, it looks like Dylan has plenty to practice this summer on the Wii system. In the end, it was just another victory for the faculty.
Okay, so we kind of had an epic fail there.
Talk about a total massacre. I think Mr. O'Connell should go try out for the professional bowling tour.
Don't get too excited there, Coach Pass. You guys are only ahead 2-1, and my guy Kevin Schroeder is up next to put the smackdown on Coach Shell in the Home Run Derby.
This year's competitors for the Home Run Derby proved to be quite the matchup, as varsity baseball coach Mr. Mark Schellinger went head-to-head against one of his best players, varsity third baseman senior Kevin Schroeder.
I've been swinging all day today. He hasn't took a swing yet, so I'm ready to whoop him up.
Strategy is just to see the ball and hit the ball, hopefully far. I think my strengths are I'm older, a little bit more matured physically than Schroeder is. He's a little guy, but he's a pretty good hitter, so we'll see what happens.
The two competed in an ultimate batter's challenge to see who could hit the most home runs on the softball field in 7 innings. Just like a normal ball game, each inning had 3 outs. A run was awarded for every home run over the fence, and an out was given for anything else. Both were allowed to choose their own pitchers. Schroeder was assisted by junior Chris Knight, while Schellinger ended up having 2 different pitchers, Mr. Joe O'Connell and Mr. Jeff Trivett. Schroeder won the bat toss and was first up to plate. He began the first inning with 1 run, and although Schellinger got off to a much slower start, he managed to take an early lead in scoring 2 runs. After 4 complete innings and not that many home runs, the score read Schellinger 5, Schroeder 3. But in the 5th inning, Schroeder surged ahead, scoring 3 straight runs, one of which was a towering blast that hit the scoreboard. He hit a 4th home run before his 3rd out ended the hot streak. O'Connell still struggled with pitching, and Schell was able to make only 1 run before Schroeder caught fire in the 6th inning, hitting 8 homers and taking a commanding 13-6 lead. Schell then changed pitchers, bringing Mr. Trivett to the mound, but only managed 1 run despite the switch. In the 7th inning, a home run derby win for the seniors looked promising, as Schroeder cranked out 3 more runs, making a total of 16 runs in the game. Schell needed 9 runs to tie, and despite the pressure on the faculty, Schell seemed to finally hit his groove, blasting 8 home runs. The groove wasn't good enough as he made the final out, giving the seniors a 16-14 win.
I think what won me was my pitcher, Chris Knight. Without him, probably couldn't have done it. I think their weakness was at first, Mr. O'Connell was his pitcher. He really couldn't handle that.
Finally got in a groove, got some good pitches from Coach Trivett, and they fell short. Couldn't come up with the big hit when we needed it.
This was an event the faculty thought they had in the bag, but Kevin Schroeder comes away with a big win in Home Run Derby.
Wow. Your victory comes as a total shock.
Hey, I knew Kevin would come through. He's been playing ball his whole life.
Well, we're all tied up 2-2, and I must say, I'm a little worried with this next event.
That's right, it's the hockey event, and Nick Towns plays on an area hockey team.
This is true, but as a crafty team captain, I had a strategy of my own.
The next event was a hockey game between senior Nick Towns and history teacher Mr. Jake Stafford. Both parties were confident that they would come out as the victor in a game that was sure to be no competition.
I wouldn't do it if I didn't think I'm going to win. He's already complaining about what kind of stick and what kind of puck we're using. So, if he wants to be high maintenance, let him be. I'm here to give him a workout and win one for the teachers.
My strategy, I'd have to say, is he's big, keep the puck low. Maybe hit him in the face, get him a little scared, first of all. Yeah, I think I got this. Oh yeah, him being in the net right now, oh yeah, I got this. I should be good, I got this.
Despite all the trash talk, the game began with a slow lead for Towns, followed by a quick recovery from Mr. Stafford. Both competitors played well, but in the end, it was the teacher who was the proud winner of the 2010 Student-Faculty Decathlon.
Feels great. I've been talking to Towns for the past month in the locker room about this, and I told him I wanted to be on skates, and he says, no, and doubted the skills, and we see how that turned out today. Big win for the teachers.
Disappointed. I knew I shouldn't have went first. He just suited up and I had to go out there. He said he wants to go on skates. Now I'll take him to the challenge to go on skates. Tough loss. Let's go, seniors. Keep going.
The hockey event was in the bag with the scores 5-4 and a victory for the Cubs.
Now you're talking about a total shock.
Never underestimate Coach Stafford. He always comes through in the clutch.
So, with half the events completed, the staff holds a narrow lead, 3-2.
As all but one of the competitions so far have been individual events, we decided to mix it up a bit with some team-oriented events.
Many of you grew up watching this game show on TV, and we both sent teams of 5 to play the Family Feud.
It was now time for the seniors and staff to gather their best and brightest to compete head-to-head in our version of Family Feud. Both teams, knowing they needed a win, went into the contest with confidence. However, the seniors seemed to be at a minor disadvantage as two of what was thought to be their strongest players didn't show up on time and had to be replaced just minutes before the event.
So we have a strong team. So hopefully, knock on wood, we pull that W.
But I've been practicing a lot. Me and Starkey play on the computer all the time, and I'm very good at this game, so I hope that we do good and we beat the seniors.
The game got underway and both teams came out screaming the names of the top paid athletes. To much of the surprise of all the contestants, the names that seemed to be given weren't on the board at all. But in the end, it was the seniors who would pull together and take the first round. During round 2, the teachers earned their point back as they easily were able to name the top 5 songs people danced to in unison. With the game tied, round 3 started out in the seniors' favor as they got the majority of the top movies, but it was the teachers who would finish out the category by stealing the 5th answer when the seniors were given their 3rd strike. Round 4 began and it was a must-win for the seniors as the faculty only needed one more win to take the event. The category was naming things people do when they wake up and before they leave the house. Again, the seniors earned the right to play and started off strong, but began to flutter when a few of their team members began taking passes instead of guesses. A costly mistake that would inevitably lead their demise and yet another steal for an overall win for the faculty.
I wasn't even supposed to be in it, so I was just grabbed from the senior breakfast. I think we did pretty good for short notice. I wish we could have won.
We came into this pretty confident. Some of my teammates have been practicing for a couple weeks now, getting ready for this event, and we blew them away.
Great job, staff members. I noticed, Mike, you used several seniors from the top of your class, but you can't beat the wisdom of the MHS staff members.
I think if it were Jeopardy, we probably would have had a better chance.
Either way, it's always good to see Najib lose. He once claimed he never lost a single contest at MHS. And now between the senior faculty basketball game and this, he's on a 2-game losing streak.
The next event is sure to make a splash, as both squads jumped into the pool for a game of water polo.
The next event to take place was the water polo competition with 3 seniors versus 3 faculty members in hand-to-hand combat while treading water in the deep end of the pool.
I brought a technologically advanced wetsuit to try and help me get through the water a little bit quicker. We'll see how that works out.
My overall strategy is to not breathe in when I'm underwater and hopefully survive the match.
Well, I think since we're a lot younger, we got a swimmer on our team. They're old and I really don't think they can swim, so we're going to use our speed to our advantage.
All right, our strategy right now is to, just put the ball in the net as always.
The faculty managed to possess the ball first, and with a quick pass to Mr. Hofer, they scored the first goal. Numerous long throws cost the seniors points as the faculty started to build points. As the faculty was pulling away, the seniors got their head out of the water and worked together to earn a few points. After all, the seniors failed to stay afloat as the faculty pulled away and managed to stay on top and eventually took the competition with a 10-5 victory.
We decided that we all get the game ball because we acted as a team, and that's how we were able to beat students who are clearly more athletic than we are.
It was great to be part of another victory here with my colleagues here. I just want to thank my family, God above for looking out for us, and luckily nobody died this time.
I mean, honestly, this didn't even matter because the faculty is running away with this competition. But you know what? We figured we'd come out and do it anyway, and we try to run the score up on them. So, thank you.
I mean, we pretty much beat ourselves, actually, I think. And we're quite upset, but, I mean, we tried our best, I guess.
With the faculty's overall positive attitude, the seniors take another dive with a loss to the faculty.
So, I'm not a math major, but I think we have a 5-2 lead over your senior squad.
I know. But I have confidence we can sweep these next 3 events, and then I'm ready to take you on in the arm wrestling tiebreaker.
Well, save your strength, because you guys have your work cut out for you. Coach Ski has never lost a match here at MHS in this next event, volleyball.
In this next event, both Coach Past and Coach Enghofer had to find 2 of the best athletes to compete in the raw and gritty sport of volleyball. pass turned to none other than Assistant Athletic Director Miss Beckham, who vowed to show the seniors she still had what it takes to be a winner. Her partner would be former volleyball player and current coach, Mr. Siselski, who claimed to have never lost in any volleyball game. In fact, he was so confident he was willing to place a side wager on the game.
I pretty much said I'd bet my house on this game. I was very confident in ping pong last year. I'm even more confident this year. If we lose this one, we should just give the whole Decathlon to the seniors.
Coach Enghofer fired back with two of his top dogs, soccer star Juan Hernandez and the volleyball veteran Corey Loudermilk. Enghofer knew that with Corey's experience and Juan's athleticism, they could take down the faculty. Unfortunately, this dream team would never see the light of day as Corey turned out to be a no-show. This left Juan desperate to find a replacement, and luckily, he ran into fellow senior soccer teammate Ian Foltz.
Well, I came down to get a pop because I'm staying 5th hour, and I guess Corey didn't show up, so I'm the lucky one who gets to fill in and, do my best to rep for the senior class, so I'm just going to go and give it my all.
And so the match got underway, and the faculty was not messing around. The seniors showed off some great teamwork, but kept giving the ball to Miss Beckham, who would then set up Ski for the kill. Time and time again, this play finally brought the first round win to the faculty, 12-2. After switching sides, the seniors dug down deep and found some spirit to try and get a win. They came out firing, and for the first time in the game, they actually looked like they may have played the sport before. With their great serves and good teamwork, they took a commanding lead of 7-2 before things started to fall apart. Making a huge comeback, it seemed as though Ski was just toying with them the entire time. He again turned on the spikes and carried his team to yet another win, 12-7.
Seniors just can't beat us, so that's all I can say. Everyone I've ever been in, we've won.
With the second match being so close, one can only wonder if the outcome could have been different had volleyball player Corey Loudermilk kept her commitment.
My teammate didn't even show up, I'm kind of disappointed about that. Did the best I could with what I had. Shout out to my guy Ian, he tried. We were facing all-star Ski out there, we couldn't really do anything about it.
I can't believe we're actually down 6-2.
I can definitely taste an overall win. And this next event will show you which team had a true appetite for victory.
The eating challenge has always seemed like an easy win for many contestants. There's very little skill, except to eat as much as you can in 30 minutes. Although it hasn't been done in years, we decided to bring it back for another go-around. The faculty thought best to put in heavyweight champ Mr. Richardson. Seeing as how he is the most recent eating champ, the staff figured they would have a pretty good chance of coming out on top.
I think the outcome is going to be victorious for us. Being the current eating champion of the high school, I don't foresee anybody being able to take my crown from me. And if I got to pull into some of the memory banks, been watching a little Kobayashi, a little Joey Chestnut, Eater X, so I know how to put some food away.
The seniors put in Jeremy Wingle, but due to certain circumstances, Jeremy was not able to participate. So as a plan B, Elliot Parker stepped up to the plate. It was now time for the challenge to begin, and Mr. Richardson showed up promptly at 5:15. But we couldn't start without Elliot, so we waited, and waited, and waited, until Elliot finally showed, but he was 30 minutes too late.
Sorry you guys about the loss, 2010. Had been on time, we probably could have won a couple points. But good luck to my other team members, and sorry, I hope you guys win your other events.
Unfortunately, seniors, due to time restraints, Elliot was disqualified, but PNN decided to be nice, though, and still bought him his meal. Based on how much the contestants ate, it looked like even if there was a competition, seniors, Mr. Richardson would have been victorious by a landslide.
I don't even know what to say. I don't think it can get any worse.
Now, I don't want to gloat, but I will. This is total domination.
I don't even know if we have to show this last event.
Of course we do. This event was one of the most anticipated, 2-on-2 basketball. Of course, with two successful basketball programs, we figured we'd let you have a chance with this event.
Although the teachers had the competition well in hand, there was still one event left that was the most anticipated. It was the 2-on-2 basketball competition. Based on the successful winning seasons of both basketball teams, the seniors felt they had this event wrapped up as an easy win and chose basketball studs Jason Simpson from the boys team and LaToya Merriweather from the girls team. Team captain Mr. Brian Pass found student teacher Ms. Peller and went to the PE department to find an athletic Mr. Pro to compete for the teachers. A time was set for a Saturday afternoon competition of 1 game to 10, and both student competitors showed up ready for action. However, only Pro showed up for the teachers, but was game to still take on both students. Despite the disadvantage of playing 2-on-1, Pro found a way to play defense on both students and show them it would not be a cakewalk. In fact, Pro found it fairly easy to score on both students. After the first several shots, the score was 5-2. Despite being a lone player, neither Jason nor LaToya found a decent way to contain Coach Pro. Between a mixture of outside shots and drives to the basket, Coach Pro amazed everyone and took a lead 8-5. Knowing the shame they would both face if they lost to one player, Simpson and Merriweather bore down and whittled the score to a 1-point margin at 8-7. After scoring another basket, Mr. Pro thought taunting Simpson might cause them to lose their focus, but Simpson drove to the hoop and laid in their 8th basket. By this time in the game, Pro was feeling the effects of playing alone and was losing his stamina. To compensate, he lured both students to defend him on the perimeter to catch his breath and then drove to the basket for the winning point and earn eternal bragging rights. After celebrating and catching his breath, Pro told us about how he pulled off this amazing accomplishment.
Sometimes that's just what winners do. They overcome adversity, and it's just how I had to do it today. It's just knew I had to step up, do it for the faculty. Just really bring it home for the faculty. It's what teammates do.
I mean, we pretty much speechless. He hit some big shots. But on the low, we was kind of feeling sorry for him because he had to play us 2-on-1. So,
Ms. Pella ain't want to guard me, so, she got scared and just didn't show up. And I don't blame her, because I would have locked her up.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. But he hit some big shots. And the ball bounced. That's how the ball rolls sometimes.
In the end, Mr. Pro's defeat of the two seniors was symbolic of the entire decathlon. Total domination by the faculty.
Wow.
I don't want to talk about it.
So let me get this straight. You have two of the best basketball players in the school versus only one of our faculty members, and we still win. Coach Pro is a stud. Well, now that is the icing on the cake, I believe. The cherry on top.
Okay, we get it. You guys won.
Well, not just one. It was a total annihilation, 8-2. To quote a certain team captain, I guess I really knew how to place the best faculty members in the best events.
To all you juniors out there, start practicing. The faculty members are a lot better than you think.
Again, thank you to all the seniors and all the faculty members who participated and made our annual decathlon another great event.
Great job, Coach.
Great job, Mike. Signing off for PNN, I'm Coach Pass.
And I'm Mike Inghofer.
Have a great summer, Maryville.